For engine removal at the junkyard, I usually wrap the engine side mount and go over, this is if I'm pulling the engine and transmission, and go through. The transmission's got basically a pick point set up in it, and I'll get this loosened up, but you can see it right there. It's part of this bracket, so I'll pick there. And I'll pick the engine mount side of things. That way this is towards the front of the engine, that's towards the back of the drivetrain, and with that combination it stays pretty balanced on its way out. And then the way that I pulled it from the yard, I've got the complete harness, uncut engine harness, some other miscellaneous wiring. I've got the complete charge harness as well, and all the accessories. Charge harness, throttle cable, complete throttle cable all the way to the connection on the throttle pedal. It's long, but it'll work in a number of swaps, at least just to get things going. Vacuum line for the booster, fuel line all the way to and including some of the hard line. I may or may not be attempting to do a compression fitting on that hard line to adapt it to the hard line in the EFs, just to give me an option, budgety. A friend of mine's car, he's not so worried about it. For me, for the Grassroots Motorsports $2,000 challenge, everything comes down to the budget. So it also included the slave cylinder, hard line back to this bracket, which is broken off of this car. It was broken off before I got there. And then the soft line to the chassis mount, and then hard line up to the, well, just shy of the clutch master on the firewall. Obviously, this also included clutch, flywheel, pressure plate, and intermediate shaft as well. So those were all included in the engine price and transmission price. So that's the best bang for the buck. And like I said, I'm going to do a compression test on the engine. It's not a really desirable engine. More than likely it'll end up going back either way, but I'll do a compression test just to check it out. This way, since I used my 20% off on this purchase, it was for the entire purchase. So by me purchasing the engine as well, not only will that help me out on the overall package price, but I've now purchased an engine at that 20% off. If, for instance, a TSX comes in the next 30 days from the date of this purchase, I can bring this engine in, return it, exchange it for that TSX engine, and get it at that 20% off. Since I can't control what comes into the junkyard at what time, I don't have any control over what I'm able to get at the time that I'm going to use that 20% off. By doing this purchase, that gives me 30 days to take advantage of 20% off on another engine when it comes in. With that in mind, it gives me that option for later down the road. When something comes in, I'll get a notification usually the night before, depending on the junkyard, as to what's coming into what yard, and then I'll plan to get there early enough to try and put myself in a position to be able to get to the car first, to be able to end up with that engine, and also be able to take advantage of 20% off. Since I used up $500 or 500 points to get this 20% off, those points are now gone, so I get to use these points moving forward. Getting this stuff checked out, split up if it needs to be split up, organized and cataloged and marked so I know what came from what, and we'll go from there. Thanks everybody for following along again. I'm figuring this out along with you guys. A lot of this stuff I gained knowledge from searching online, searching on YouTube. Most of it came from Brian Gillespie at VTech Academy and Hossport, and the combination of their websites and their YouTube channel. Figure out what you need for a K-series swap. I would refer you to those places first. I think that covers it for now. I'll talk to you again soon. You guys take care. See ya.